Hello, this is your girl, Andrea Jones. Yeah, I'm gonna need to clear my throat for this video. Um, I wanted to go into a video about racism, mainly in the workplace, and I guess I would say sexism. I'm not experiencing too much of that from black men, but definitely racism. So I'm gonna start by talking about my experiences. So I just started a new job, well, two new jobs. I know black people are going to say, oh, well, we've long discussed this topic. This is nothing new. But it's new people sharing new experiences. So I'm going to talk about my experiences where I work, and I'm going to go into it quickly. So when I'm working at front counter, I work in the food service business. I've noticed that I'm doing a really good job, and then someone will move me and replace me with somebody white that will slack off. When I'm working the front counter, I'm being asked to do this, that, and the third. I'm being watched for every little move to see if I'm not doing something right. And then when a white person is at that position, it's not the same. They're not being watched as closely to see what they're messing up or what they're not doing correctly. Now, it's with the customers as well. There's racism with that as well, but we'll get into that. So, say I'm working drive-through because I do fast food service. I'll be being belittled about any little thing, anything that they could find. And I noticed that I was doing a really good job. So, drive-through time was down, orders were going out smoothly, and then here's someone saying, oh, you're not moving fast enough, and let such and such do this. And then I'm noticing she's not doing it any better. She's moving slower than I was moving. Things were disorganized, but this woman was of another ethnicity. So it's a bit of covert racism. Let me look up the definition to make sure that I'm using that word correctly. So the definition that I found about covert is that it is not openly displayed. To me, it is openly displayed, but it's kind of done underhandedly to just constantly pick at me as an African American woman on a job. So I want to give more examples by talking about positions. So say I'm on a certain position and I'm doing it very well. Suddenly someone will come and start picking at what I'm doing and try to put me in a position that no one else really wants to do, something that's hard or something that people would not prefer to do. Then put themselves on positions that they're comfortable with and try to make it seem as though I could not do that my mind is not compatible to do the job. So I noticed a lot of the problem when one of my managers had me to work pretty much all of the positions by myself. And I was running the front counter. I was running the drive-through. I was packing the orders. And I want to mention delivery. When people are coming in to take out orders for someone who's ordering takeout, I noticed that people would be sitting there waiting when the food is there to be packaged. And then when I go to package the food where someone else was just letting it sit there talking, laughing on the job, then all of a sudden someone is coming to tell me, go do this or go do something else. It's like, why am I getting in trouble for making sure that people are getting their orders out in a timely manner? I don't think that is displaying what I'm doing wrong. I think it's displaying what they are not doing. Then today I noticed that people want to have me in a position where I'm being scolded and told what to do by everybody, people who aren't even managers. While if I ask someone to do something very simple to help me, they ignore me or feel that they don't have to answer to me. It's very frustrating because when you're doing your job and you're doing a really good job as an African American person who comes from a group of people where we are shorthanded in society, it's dangerous. I say this because we need to pay our bills just like any other people. So when you have a group of people that are attacking you on your job, it's very serious and it does need to be addressed. To me, it is so racist because when I'm seeing people laughing on the job, when I'm seeing people talking on the job, and there are orders that need to be put out, people are standing waiting on orders, people are in drive-through backed up waiting on orders, then to me, it's very disrespectful for those same people to come up to me to scold me. You're not doing this. You're not doing that. I'm like, does it take the entire kitchen all day to make one small order? What's going on in the kitchen while people are trying to scold the black woman about something? I also noticed that I'm being blamed for everything that somebody else does wrong. If someone makes a mistake on an order, I'm being blamed for it. If someone is not moving fast enough, I'm being blamed for it. I'm being moved to every position to make up for what someone else is lacking. Then the positions where everybody is comfortable passing out food, bagging food, working front counter, everybody wants to stay at that position. Then they want to scold me. I wish that I could just be the manager for a month, maybe a couple of months, without the racism, to show people how you operate a business without scolding the black person. It's not an easy topic to discuss. Also, with customers, sometimes there's something where you have customers who don't want to see a black person in that position. They'll, try to belittle you or speak unpleasantly. And I've noticed that people are more comfortable with trying to belittle blacks in customer service as well. Everything actually comes from a biblical perspective when you are an African American working in society. I remember when the Lord was speaking through his Holy Spirit, through his scripture, there were so many stories where people were talking about how they were like strangers in the land. That's how it feels working on a job with people of different ethnicities in America. It's like they treat you as a stranger. It definitely reminds me of Egypt. When God said that we were in Egypt not too long ago, he told me. And the story about how Pharaoh would put more burdens on his children. So I know how to operate accordingly without running around like a chicken with my head cut off. It seems like when you're not running around being very disorganized, that people assume that you're not doing your job properly.